What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Devout Joystick. Chris here, and we're going to be playing Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, and this is episode 14. And this is going to touch on how to get an audience with Queen Nerea and progress further through the story. This was supposed to be an in-game commentary with audio, but there was a funny thing that happened where the sound capture for the Elgato mixed in with the commentary button on the Elgato's capture feature were both pressed to on, and after recording this, it caused a little bit of audio echo and doubling voices, and it really was hard to try to find cleanup and different type of fix for that. So I just decided to do a live commentary as I'm playing and as I'm going along to supplement that and get this video going, because also I wanted to mention that when I did the game walkthrough, oh my goodness, I can't talk today, it caused my save file to overwrite because I saved at the end of this video that we're playing, just to make sure that I'm up to date and everything is caught up. So I cannot go back and redo this, and I've already checked the PlayStation cloud server for my backup file for that. Could not find it anywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it this way. Let me know if you like this type of commentary versus the in-game where I'm just picking up as I go. But I think I will touch on this as we're going along and see about other things that I may have missed. So jump right into it. We are right now trying to follow Lofty's plan. And Lofty's plan is trying to get a ring together to start a act for Tani and Evan to get married, basically. And Evan is going to propose to Tani, and they're going to get all dressed up, and they're going to make a pretty fun little skit, and it's going to draw the guards' attention, and we're going to get thrown into jail. So before all of that cutscene goes off, we have to get some parcels delivered to 3 certain people out in Hydropolis that we just went to the equipment merchant and got the parcels. So I get a little lost in here because I haven't played the Hydropolis level in so long that's what happened. So we meet the second person here, we deliver it to him, and then we've got one more person we got to deliver to, but it kind of took a little bit too long to get to the third person, so I think I'm gonna make a cut in there to supplement that. Other than that, it's pretty much straightforward. We're gonna have another skirmish cutscene where we're gonna have to fight a group of spirits at the dungeon entrance to activate the dungeon cutscene. And this video is just going to be centered around getting all the parcels delivered and activating the cutscene for those people that are wondering what to do. It's pretty much straightforward. They really hold your hand in this game. I believe I really didn't have much issue trying to figure out what to do or when to do it, because everything is marked on the mini map and everything is marked on the overworld. So I mean, as long as you got your quest sector active, it's not going to be any issue regarding where you need to go next. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I just recently beat, that took a while. I had to admittedly go online to figure out what I needed to do next, and it was very frustrating at times, and I had to pick the game up and set it back down multiple times. I had to pick it back up multiple times and set it back down when I needed a break. And that was the crazy thing about that game. I haven't had a game in a while do that to me. And with that being said, I am glad to have beaten it already and be done with it. So So after I get my bearings and I realize that I was just getting myself twisted around, I turn around and head the direction where I was supposed to head to initially. And the tricky thing about this area is that you can't really go too high on the geometry of the game because it's considered too high of a place for you to explore right then and there, because that's one of Hydropolis's rules is you can't enter any high place and the guards will swarm you. And I didn't make it a point in this video to display what would happen if you went too high. Speaking of just the game being out for so long and everything like that, I just wanted to get through this game before the end of the year. So I may increase the video watch time just to ensure that happens, because we've got 11 more days, 13 more days, depending on how much I operate. And if I make a video for every hour of the game that's left, which is not much if you really look at it, if you exclude the grinding and you exclude the side quests and everything and just go raw story, you're pretty much halfway through the game at this point. But the boss fights and the mini bosses and all the other grinding is what takes the battles a little bit longer, and the cutscenes are a little bit longer. So all in all, the game is 30 to 40 hours long with just raw story. In my opinion, I think that, and if I get the watch time to a certain amount every video, that it should be done by the end of the year. Worst case scenario, the beginning of next year. I don't want to miss anything, and I don't want to cause any gap in the story for those that's watching it for entertainment purposes and things of that nature. So there's that. But I'm still going to be grinding off screen, and I'm going to be taking pauses to grind when I'm going from the next video to the next. So when you see the level gap increase, or if you should see it increase, then you know that the video is going to go by a little bit faster, and I should pretty much have the boss level under me by the end of the whole series. And once the series is done and I have it under my belt, I'm going to be a lot more meticulous in how I plan the next Let's Play, or the next choice of Let's Play I have, because RPGs like this and JRPGs in general, they are really drawn out, and I've noticed that. Like God of War, I think we're pretty much done with that. For me not playing it and me not really being well read on that game, I just playing it blind. So, but I think I'm gonna add some soft music to this as well, so you're not just hearing my dry voice the entire time, because I know I couldn't sit still and listen to music on the game, and I'm looking for one specific thing. So a 27-minute video, that's something that I wish the game audio was still salvageable, but I tried everything and it's not. And that's the thing that frustrated me the most. But here's the cutscene, and maybe I saved myself some type of copyright infringement from not having the audio in here, which is kind of good, because I know if you did the share button, the capture would be blocked on this cutscene anyway. So I just started dying laughing when Evan went all militant in his walk and just started looking like he was about to walk the plank, and got to attention and asked Tani to marry him, and it was just pulling teeth for Evan. And I was just in tears when I first saw this, because I think they would look good together, to be honest. I think that they would be a nice couple, and Evan, when he leads his kingdom, she would be right by his side. But other than that, in this video and the regular audio, I was talking about all the games I just recently beat, all the games I picked up. I just recently picked up Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and got 50 characters unlocked. Got owned by Ganondorf a few times and Cinnamoroar a few times. Every unlockable character has taken me out a few times. Dark Samus, Little Mac. Didn't really have an issue with Zero Suit Samus because I did that on the World of Light segment, and I really like how the World of Light was flushed out. It really is a good storyline in my opinion, and I did not really play Smash 4, and I did not really mess around too much in Brawl. I just stopped at around Melee, and for me to come back into Super Smash Bros. And play, I was really impressed with how many characters I've missed out on and I did not really participate in. My characters were Pikachu and Roy, and then I would use Marth. That would be about it. But I loved every variation of Link also. So when I played with Link in Smash Bros. 64, it would be Link and Pikachu. That would be my two main characters I would use. And I'm just so happy that Pikachu got a better special move for its Smash, because last Smash that I played, Pikachu's special was not anywhere near as effective as other characters in the series. So I'm glad that Pikachu got a better upgrade. But let me know in the comments below, if you have the game, how many characters do you have unlocked? And I know that there's a patch that just got released that nerfed a lot of characters, a lot of people's favorite characters, and they strengthened a lot of other characters. So your character may have been bumped down, or your character may been brought up. So I know Pikachu, by a lot of people's strength meter and what they consider to be top tier, Pikachu is in most people's top tier now. So that makes me feel pretty good. And I've done a lot of experimentation with the new characters that I've never played with before, and King K. Rool was one that I just found pretty interesting because I've never really played any game that he was in, Donkey Kong or anything like that. So I was kind of messing around with the heavier characters such as him and King Dedede, and finally unlocked Ganondorf, and Ganondorf took me out. Dark Samus did a combo to take me out, and all those characters together just gave me a pretty hard time. But now, long story short, I'm 20 characters left to unlocking everybody, and I can't wait till I can actually get around some decent internet where I can work on the Switch and have all the updates download and see what's new. But we just got thrown into jail. A lot has just took place, but we run into Queen Nerea, and she's about to tell us that she wants to have us defeat this beast. And once we defeat this beast, then we can in turn get her to sign her portion of the Treaty of Interdependence. And that's pretty much it. It's not really much to say about what's about to take place. The labyrinth, when I first went through it, it took me quite a bit of time, and I want to be able to navigate that quickly and within a 30-minute video, so that way we can move on to the next portion, because the next portion, the level gap is going to tremendously increase, and it's going to just raise up, and it's going to be really annoying. It's going to be really annoying if you're not really properly leveled. If you have not leveled up to around where I'm at by this point, when you finish this chapter and you go on to the next chapter, and you deal with the next chapter. It's going to be level 45s, level 40s, and I remember when I finished this chapter on my personal playthrough, I was level 30, not 35, and I was having a hard time. I was almost getting game overs, whereas I didn't get a game over at any point up until then. So that's just one key thing that you want to take from this. So we got the directions to the labyrinth, and Leander is going to temporarily join our party, and we're going to have a pretty strong party member in him. I really think that if you switch out Tani for Leander, or Roland for Leander, or even Evan for Leander, you would have a good time, because they all level up regardless if they're in the party or not. So there's no reason why you can't experiment, but I say after chapter 6 or chapter 7, it's time for you to stick to your 3 that you want to run with the entire time, because there's going to be no sort of slowdown after chapter 6. You're going to have to eventually go back to Ding Dong Dell, and you're going to have to deal with all the Kingsmakers. And once you level up your certain characters, you should know what combos you want to set up. And I think Evan has some of the most solid combos, but defense-wise, even with maxed out defenses on armor and equipment, I don't think he can take as many hits as Batu and Leander and Bracken when you get Bracken in chapter 6. I'm trying to remember the name of where we're going next, and it's just escaping me, but we're gonna need a spell for chapter 6. I know that, because there's gonna be a huge gorge that we cannot pass, and we have to learn a spell, and we're gonna have to elicit the help of our Spellworks division. I'm kind of jumping ahead, but yeah, now we're heading over to the Lucip's Labyrinth, and we're going to, you can kind of see the gap right in there in the distance. But we've got to do a skirmish right now, and once we finish this skirmish, we will be able to enter the labyrinth, and that's pretty much the rest of this video is centered around the skirmish. And I think we almost took an L in this skirmish because I was severely underleveled. I was hugely underleveled, and I was glad to make it in one simple playthrough, or else this particular video would have lasted 38, 39 minutes, or I would have just started the next video beginning with the skirmish, and I did not want to begin with the skirmish. So we're going to fight all of these dead spirits, and our skirmish teams are going to level up quite a bit. So it would be my help to say you should grind a little bit in the skirmishes if you're really underleveled, but if you've done every mandatory skirmish that you've had to do up until this point, you should be at the level I'm at, unless you dived into redoing the skirmishes over and over and over again, which you could very well do. I recommend that, because this is recommended level 12 and I'm level 7 and 6 right now with all of my characters, and I was glad that the RNG dropped a big military might boost here and there, and they dropped things that I needed, because I don't know what I would have done if I would have lost on screen. I think the only game that I lost on screen many times on a playthrough was God of War. So you pretty much know when I come up with the compilation of deaths for 2018 video for YouTube, is going to be centered around God of War, because I think I died about 70 or 80 times now. I lost track. I lost a lot of times. to multiple different enemies. I think in every area I've died in at least once or twice. So I am close to coming home from my deployment, and I'm close to getting back to some very strong internet. So I'm going to be starting up my Twitch really soon, and I'm very excited about that, because once I start Twitch, I can participate in all types of games. I can participate in multiplayer, online co-op, and I can participate in a lot of fun different games with many different people, and I can't wait to see what really comes from that, because I had Twitch before on another channel that I had, but as far as keeping it up, it was kind of rough. I just basically took all the videos from my Twitch streams and brought them to my YouTube as actual gameplay videos, because I did not have the capture card yet. So now that I have the capture card, it's basically going to turn all those potential streams and their quality and raise them up, which I'm really excited about. And I'm just going to get better from there. I'm just going to keep improving, and I'm going to keep growing, and that's what I'm excited about. In the market for a gaming chair, in the market for a better headset that's comfortable around the ears for an hour, 4 hours. Because right now I'm in this hotel chair and I got an $18, $19 headset. So as we beat this final monster, I was saying, oh my goodness, like I don't know how we're gonna do this with just 0 military might. But then they gave me the big military might boost. I was so excited because I was able to hang on to the end, and I saw the end in sight. So I just knew at that point we were gonna win. If it wasn't for that, I don't think we was gonna make it. So we're cleaning these enemies out pretty quickly, and we're coming down to the bare minimum on our team. And I think we just beat the last enemy that's over there, that big serpent, with just the main leaders of each team, no extra on each team. Yep, and I'm seeing it saying quick help Bygone, quick help Minty, quick help Kunbish, keep helping people. And I'm like, I don't have any military might boosts like that. So yeah, it's coming down to the scraps and the bare minimum, but we're gonna do just fine. So I like the fact that they allow you to dodge, but we were able to beat this enemy with just our main people, and that's what mattered. And there we go. And we got the military might boost at the last minute. And that's how we recovered everybody. So that was pretty good. If we miscalculated anything, it would have been over and done with. So guys, this is the end of the video. This is where I'm about to conclude the video in the regular playthrough of this, and just basically touching on the fact that we are going to do the entire labyrinth in this playthrough, and we're gonna basically beat the boss in the same playthrough. So next time, be on the lookout for that video. I thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for bearing with me through this very messy video attempt, but next video it'll be back to the regularly scheduled sound quality and everything comes together. This is the Devout Joystick, Chris speaking, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.